All right, guys, welcome to another edition of Heavytek. Today, we're gonna do something that, it's not gonna be quite a build, but it's gonna be a swap. So I got some new parts for my son's computer. So we're gonna go ahead and swap out his old ASRock H270 Pro, and then we're gonna put in a brand new ASUS Z270E Strix gaming board in it. Now, what this is different from normal videos or build videos that I've done is that we are going ahead and just switching out a part. So I know that some of you guys may not actually have like the money to do like a full complete build where you can swap out all the parts, put a new case in, put a new graphics card in. So this is for the budget in mind. So if you happen to get like a new part, say your motherboard was just like not performing well, or you wanted to put in a new CPU, that's what we're gonna do today. The CPU we're gonna use is a Kaby Lake processor. It's the i7 7700K. It's gonna be paired up with that motherboard. So we're gonna go ahead and just swap out those two parts today and see if we can get a little more performance out of my son's setup so he can go ahead and play DCS and all his other games without any issues. What's currently in it right now is a i5 7600K in that ASRock board. So we're just gonna go ahead and keep the same chipset. So it's gonna be a Z270 board. We're just gonna give a couple of overclocking features for him. So if he wants to go ahead and boost performance some other ways, he can. And that the new processor will be 4-core, 8 threads. So if he wants to do any his homework or any other labor-intensive programs he might have, that he'll get a little bit of extra performance out of that also. All right, so we're just gonna go ahead and remove the glass panel. It's missing one of its thumb screws. We can take a look at everything inside. Make sure you have one of these tempered glass panels. Set off somewhere safe so it doesn't get scratched or damaged. Let's see. Now, everybody can kind of see what's going on. Now we have everything right here. Got his cooler, got his graphics card, has a Wi-Fi adapter. So we're just gonna start by removing the stuff we can take off, but before that, so you don't shock anything, clip somewhere on the chassis, and then one on yourself, handy dandy rip strap. So now we got all, for the most part, taken care of. I'm gonna go ahead and lay it on its side. When doing this type of thing, get a really long magnetic screwdriver. This thing is absolutely amazing. I definitely recommend that you spend like 12, 13 bucks to get you one of these, and it'll save you a lot of time and hassle from trying to get screws and stuff in tight places. So this is an S340 Elite case. Ooh, magnetic tray. Get one of those too. Gonna go ahead and take out the video card. And find your little tab and depress it. This is a ASUS 1050 Ti. It's like gold right now. The way graphics card prices are at, it's so expensive. All right, now we're gonna start disconnecting a lot of the wires.
The purple drapes that you were clothed in, we could live like royalty. I'll sing to you like a radio that's held beneath your window.
We got that. Everything removed out of the case. We take the case, set it somewhere else. And what we're going to do now is take off our M.2. take off the cooler. See that dusty fan. Dust the fan. Super long screwdriver again. Right, pull that off. Like I said, when you do something like this, it's a good opportunity to swap out more parts if you had it, change the cooler, switch to an all-in-one liquid cooling if that's what you're into, or even a custom loop. You know, doing everything outside of the case is infinitely better than doing it while it's in the case. Also, remove a RAM. Got a 16 gig kit, Corsair 3000 megahertz. Look what we have here. So we got that Z270 board right here. First thing we'll do, go ahead and put that i7 7700K in. Make sure when you put in the processor that you align it correctly. Find a little arrow. So that little arrow is right here on this corner of the bracket. Just set the processor in. Drop it on. Cherry. Lock it in place. Cool. Oh, almost forgot phone case. I have this Noctua NT-H1. Put a little in the center. The P size.
Finding life along the way, melodies we haven't played. No, I don't want no rest. Echoing around these walls, fighting to.
So the couple of things we're gonna have to do different. The USB 3.1 for the case was originally coming up here on the other motherboard, but on the new motherboard it's towards the bottom. So we're just gonna have to take it out, reclip this piece off. I'm gonna reroute it so it clicks into the bottom. Oh, ha, ha. Cardinal sin gets to do. Take out the stupid backplate.
Through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays, and on we'll go. Through the wastelands, through the highways, and on.
As you can see, guys, everything else is put back together. We had to move the USB 3.1 down to the bottom because it's not here on the side. Hooked up our SATA cables, our USB 2.0 cables, you know, for the Hue Plus, for the LED on the fan, and then for the 2.0 up in the front. We found homes for the two other fan. If you remember the other board, they were kind of like coming across and out, so we actually found pretty good spots on the new motherboard where we can hook up the other fan headers, hook up the main fan header around here on the other side of the RAM right here. Got our OS M.2 SSD installed along with the Intel Optane. So what we're going to do now, we're going to go ahead and clean up the back, re-tie up all those loose ends, and then we're going to go ahead and close up the case, boot it up, and then see if we can get everything to post right.
But here I am, 'cause I've been laying under palm trees, waiting for the summer, knowing there's nowhere to go. 'Cause I am happy on this island.
guys, like I said before, everything is all hooked back up. 8-pin power connector. God, that thing sucks. If you can afford it, you know, try to put that one on in and run the cable before you put the board back in. But, you know, we got it pushed in, no problem. Routed all the fan cables. Only had to reroute like one. Yeah, just one. We didn't have to route two. Ran the cables back to all their connections. For the most part, I didn't have to remove anything. But as you saw earlier, we did had to reposition some of the cables, tighten back up. We were able to re-tie down everything else in the back of the case. So now we're just gonna get ready, turn it on, get it to boot, and test out this brand new CPU and motherboard combo. All right, guys. Well, we got everything running. We boot up in the BIOS. It recognized CPU, i7 7700K. Got 16 gigabyte of DDR4 RAM. Let's see. XMP profile is on. Go ahead and disable that. Alright, so the boot party is set. Alright guys, thank you for coming in today. We got everything working. Seems everything is booted up just fine. We're going to test Windows here in a little bit and make sure all the programs are working good. So if you liked the video, thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, thumbs down. Hit that subscribe button if you guys want to see some more content on the channel. And we'll catch you guys on the next one. Later.